welcome. It's Friday, December 15th, 2017. I'm here with Mr. Branch. Mr. Branch.
Hi, I'm Mr. Branch.
Mr. Branch. Mr. Branch.
I am Tree. Hear me roar.
The Lodge. The Lodge. Anyway, that's dumb. So my camera's because we're showing you Mr. Branch because,
Yeah.
And then over here we have just another.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Voice sounds really kind of wacky, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Hi there.
Yeah, I thought you were Mr. Branch.
No, I'm the artist formerly known as Mr. Branch.
We made for a good graphic on the thing. Yeah, well, so we haven't been around.
Right. Yeah, you know.
So.
Yeah, I was sick all week, man. Listen to my voice. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
And whenever I get sick, my voice drops like a full octave, you know? Mm-hmm. Which is really cool when you want to sing like an old shanty tune. Or, you know, swing low, sweet chariot. See, like that.
I'm not supposed to sing that.
What? It's just the deep, you know.
No. So that's a great start to the day, isn't it?
Well, you know.
Great start to the day.
We're out of the gates. We're rolling.
Never mind. Yeah, it's like we've been sort of on and off here. And in the meantime, the studio stuff has been changing around here, which you can't see.
I like it, though. I do.
There.
I know, it's almost like this round table, like a King Arthur, Knights of the Round Table sort of thing, right?
Well, we're just getting ready for Billy Newsom or whatever in the big band, you know.
That's right.
Welcome to Coffee with Curmudgeons.
That's right.
Hey-o.
We need like an old Doc Severinsen type of guy, you know. He's some wizened old guy with like a glittery suit jacket, you know, and
yeah,
we picked him up on the corner of Hollywood and Vine, and he just, you know.
No, you don't want to pick him up on the corner of Hollywood and Vine.
It's a grab bag. Well, you know, it's either going to work.
Grab bag.
It's either going to work out really well, or we're going to get arrested. One of the two.
You're going down there, Hollywood and Vine. It's fabulous.
That's right.
I was down last year.
Yeah,
was down there, and then sort of like. That was Hollywood and Vine and all that stuff. I think I can't remember. It was where there were stars on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So you're like, you know, you're always walking on someone. Hey, look, it's Bob Hope. Hey, look, it's Lucille Ball. Hey, look.
That's right. You're stepping on Steve Allen's his little star. Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Liberace, cool.
Yeah. It was just like you know, you're walking down there and it's LA. They got a subway, you know, in LA.
I've heard that. I've never been on the subway in LA.
I should know when it was put in because that was the last time when I was there. Yeah. First time I ever rode the LA subway. Yeah. I remember years ago being there like in the mid to late 90s. Oh, yeah. And they were digging it out. Yeah. You know, digging holes for the subway, so it's relatively new. Right.
Yeah, but when I think of that, though, I think of, like, earthquakes down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you ever go digging down on fault lines? And...
That's exactly what I was thinking. The other day, for some reason, that trip popped in my head. Yeah. And I was thinking, we were riding the subway. Because you know why? Details. Boring details. I was driving behind a TriMet bus.
Oh boy, yeah.
Like you do. Yeah. And if it's rush hour, it's 2 TriMet buses, which is always like, you know, rush hour in Portland. That's wonderful. We're starting, we'll never rival Seattle for traffic, but we're going to try. Like everything we do in Portland, it's like, we're going to try to rival Seattle.
We could rival Seattle, though. I mean, simply because the city planning of Portland is so crappy compared to like other cities. You know.
So I was behind this TriMet bus, and they had this is like they have advertisements. We should be on there.
Ooh,
we should actually be on there. Have a milk carton with your face on it.
Do you really want this face all blown up like 30 times? That's gonna scare people.
Only on a milk carton.
That's right.
But
they'll scare people.
Well.
You're the face of the franchise, sir, not me.
Mondays on Coffee with Curmudgeons. Have you seen this man?
That's right. Missing.
Yeah. Where's the show? So anyway,
get that John Walsh guy, you know.
Oh,
Last time we seen him.
Oh God.
He was on the side of a bus. Yeah.
That guy had some troubles, right? Didn't he run into his troubles? I don't know what his troubles were. But anyway, so on the side of the bus, they have the advertisements, and they have this advertisement for this card. It's like a tap. I think they call them tap cards or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess in Portland now we're having a tap card.
Yeah.
Which if you do mass transit, that's the way to go.
It's very useful, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could use your phone too, but I don't know.
Not an app or something.
But they give you like a little. It's like a little plastic credit card.
Yeah.
You load it.
Yeah.
With credits.
And that way you don't have to spend time putting change in the thing as you get on the bus. You just tap it and go.
And I think it's got a chip in it.
Yeah.
Tap.
Bam.
You're on the bus. You're on the train. So so they have this in Portland now, TriMet. And so it popped into my head all of a sudden, you know, like my brain works on the spectrum, that I was in L.A. I was on that subway for the first time, and their transit system, their subway, has the tap card.
Yeah.
So somewhere around here I have a tap card. So you have to, you actually can't even get on there. I think you have to go get the tap card.
Yeah.
Get it, then load it, load it up, and then tap, tap, tap.
Nice.
So anyway, and then I thought, as I was driving, I thought, I was on a subway in Los Angeles, California. And then I thought, what about the earthquakes? Because I wasn't thinking that when I was there. Was I? No. Right. I was just like, you know, the late, may rest in peace, Jim Neighbors. Golly, we're on the subway.
Shazam!
Shazam!
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Neighbors, yeah.
And I never thought once about it until, you know, 2 years later, I'm sitting there going, man, riding a subway in the earthquake zone? Is that what we want to do? I don't know.
I heard they saved a lot of money by actually they didn't even have to drill down in there because they just put it in the fault line itself. And so, you know, they saved a lot of money on it.
Well, I mean, it was, it's not, I don't think it's so far down. You go down like a level.
Yeah. Just
like sometimes in New York, you go down like a couple levels.
They got layers, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like level 1, level 2, if I remember.
Yeah.
But I mean, that New York subway is old.
Right.
And this is like kind of new.
Right.
But it was weird. But the cool one is they have different stops. And since it's new, it's not like New York. New York has character.
And then some.
It's called the smell of rats and pee. That's a New York subway. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, tile. It's, you know. I mean, it gives you feel like you're in Seinfeld or something. You know, you stop at the stop, and it's like, ooh, Astoria Station, whoa, you know, or whatever. You know, you're all like, ooh, you know.
Yeah.
Golly, I'm on subway.
They're from Portland, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Shazam! Golly, that's one big tall building right there. Is that the Empire State?
That's right. Woo!
Woo! I don't come around from these parts.
That's right. Martha, take a picture. There's a real New Yorker right there.
Golly, there's a big old rat dragging a piece of pizza down the steps of the subway. Woo-hoo!
And there's a little known feature in New York subways that only people that live there, residents, know about. It's like, so when you get on there and you, oh my golly, a little thing out, a little neon sign above your head says Rube.
Exactly.
Oh golly.
Excuse me, sir, you with the sunglasses and the slick black hair, are you Mafia? Golly, you're my first Mafia I ever met.
Golly.
Are you going to go kill somebody right now? Are you packing heat?
You look like that Bobby De Niro, don't you? Golly. Like, oh, my gosh.
What do you say? It's like, what about this? What about that? Is that what you say?
Hey, come here. I got to ask you a question.
I think...
Is it true? Is it really true that ape climbed up the side of that building there? Yeah, true? Just tell me.
I think we have our road trip in store.
We do. Oh gosh.
You can wear your get up.
Yeah.
I'll need to get a hat.
Yeah.
Oregon's a little the O hat is a little bit. Even that's a little urban. I would say we need hats that say "Gone Fishing."
Gone fishing, or what about like one of those? Like the Canadian stocking, like the toques.
Oh, yeah.
But that we'll just show up with that, you know. Like Bob and Doug McKenzie show up in New York.
I love it.
What could go wrong?
Hey, how you doing, you hoser? I can't even do it now.
Yeah, hey.
Golly!
Yeah, hey.
This is our scripted Jim Neighbors tribute.
That's
tribute
right.
to the late Jim Neighbors.
Gomer Pyle.
Anyway. So, I mean, the subway, you know, it's just different. But I remember in L.A., we're driving along in the subway, and because it's newer, it's got fancier type of things. Speaking of which, you're talking to like a subway in the subduction zone, as they'd call it. What about BART? I mean, they built that thing like in 1972.
Yeah.
That's the one that goes from like Oakland to San Francisco, right?
Yeah, Bay Area Rapid Transit.
Bay Area Rapid Transit, BART. And that's the thing that a lot of people take to work because they live in like the outside. Used to be that you'd live in Oakland and it was cheaper. I don't know that that's the case anymore.
Still is. Yeah.
You think so?
I saw a show that the people are actually
expensive.
The numbers. It's some weird show.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah. And, well, there's this weird show I was watching, like, this last week, I'm sitting there sick. Of course, what am I doing? I'm watching TV. And they're talking about how people are actually moving out of San Francisco into the, of course, they're spreading out into the outlying layers.
Yeah.
Oakland and East Bay and over in Oakland and that. And
bringing their Tower of Power records.
Yeah, and they stacked it up against, like, a little pie chart. And I'm a sucker for a good pie chart.
Oh, jeez.
But they had it what it rates against other cities, like New York, L.A., and they even included Portland in it. Portland is not that far off from being as expensive as San Francisco now.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like,
inner city, man.
Made me depressed.
Yeah,
we need a subway if we're gonna have all this sort of high costs and everything like the big boys. We need a subway.
Yeah,
let's put it underneath Portland.
Well, we have one. I mean, basically, we have the Max, and we have the Max that goes
through the tunnel.
Through the tunnel.
Yeah, that's true.
And I remember when that opened up. When it was all brand new, which is funny, like when you go when it's totally brand new and it smells it has that new tunnel smell.
Yes.
Until then, it has the smell of rats and pee.
Smells like construction and success.
Yes. Smells of victory. But so they have the different stops.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's been around for, it must be like 20-ish years or something, some 90s, whatever. Fact checkers can check it, whatever.
That's right.
I mean, they were still building, like I said, we were down there in the 90s.
Yeah.
And they were building it. So they have the different stops, and, they have art. And then there's a place where it stops, like, around there. I want to say it's Hollywood and Vine. Not quite, but it's right there in the Hollywood.
Yeah.
Where they have the Walk of Fame, lots of stars.
Right there on the Strip, man.
Yeah, kind of not necessarily the Sunset Strip. This is more like, this is a little bit different area, but there's a lot of restaurants and all that. And again, there's the stars, and there's shops. There's like Saks Fifth Avenue and things like that, and maybe some Ace Hotel, and kind of a touristy, like it's trying to be Times Square, but it's not Times Square at all.
Right, just bringing the West Coast funk to it. I got you. Yeah.
So when you stop there at that stop, which is where you get off, where here's where everything's going on with Hollywood, downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah.
The whole stop is covered in film canisters and film reels and stuff. Like, that's the art. So, like, you look up in the roof, and it's like all these film canisters. And you're like, oh, I must be here.
Must be near Hollywood.
At the Hollywood stop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, cool. I don't know. LA's weird. I mean, it's that was an interesting trip. The last few times I was in LA, one time I was in LA, and it rained.
Wow.
It was like being in Blade Runner. I was this is cool. Yeah. It was like, wow, it's raining here. Like, actual rain.
The lighting must have been really weird down there, because
it was, yeah.
With all, I won't say like smog.
I said, you go out at night and it's like raining, and it's like, it's raining, and you're like, what is this? Is it like Blade Runner? What is this place? This is crazy.
Or the second Highlander movie. When it has, the old, anyway.
This is, I was working at, I was doing stuff at a bank. And they were landing helicopters with money on the top of the building. Yeah. So, like, not only is it raining, I'm down there, it's raining and stuff, and the lighting and the smog, and then helicopters are landing on top of the building. So it's totally like out of Blade Runner. It's like lights and evangelist music.
Right, yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I've seen checks being cancelled and things you wouldn't believe.
That's right.
junk bonds and loans.
You think banking is boring? Let me show you.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All of those financial transactions like tears in the rain.
Oh, man.
Time to foreclose.
Oh, see, that's the line right there.
Man. Yeah.
You know, just before, you know, the good guy gets the villain, no time to foreclose.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like, yeah, it's a Schwarzenegger kind of thing.
Time to foreclose. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, there's like I'm being told there's like
time to foreclose. Golly.
Anyway. Thank you, Mr. Henke.
That's right.
So yeah, I've been told that the Kodak Theater is down there and stuff.
Right.
So
okay.
Yeah, it's just that area.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, where they do the Oscars.
Yeah,
now.
you go
Kodak
in.
Theater.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then there when I was down there, we were on an other area of downtown LA. Mm-hmm. So we'd walk past kind of the area down by the Staples Center.
Gotcha.
Which I think is still where the Lakers. Is that still where
Staples?
The Lakers play or Clippers or whatever? Yep. I can't remember.
Yeah, Staples Center.
That's not. Or was it Inglewood? God, I.
No, that's the old Forum.
All right, there you see.
Yeah.
The reason, interesting historic fact.
Yeah.
Not kind of weird, but if you remember in your history in the early '90s, the Rodney King.
Oh yes,
and the L.A. riots, which were really, really horrific.
Yeah.
If you recall, that all started unfolding after Game 1.
Oh yes,
of the playoffs.
That's right.
Between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Trailblazers, I believe.
Was it Lakers?
I'm pretty sure it was Lakers and Blazers. Western Conference.
Western Conference Finals?
I think so.
Yeah, because I remember people were joking
Magic,
about
right?
people
just was still
people were getting angry about the Lakers, so they just decided to riot.
Well, we were watching.
Yeah.
You know, everyone was watching live.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was, Blazers Lakers. You can check me on this. Whatever. I don't care. But we were all watching the playoffs live. And everyone was gathered around, so that's why I'm assuming it was. I'm pretty sure it was the Blazers.
Blazers, yeah.
And it was early '90s Blazers. So Drexler,
when
Terry Porter,
when we were good.
Jerome Kersey, may he rest in peace, who was my neighbor. Not at that time; he had moved.
Kevin Duckworth, Terry Porter.
I said Terry Porter.
TP, yeah.
Kevin Duckworth, Buck Williams.
Yeah.
Who else was on that team?
Oh, I don't know.
I know I'm missing a few.
Was Uncle Cliffy
still there? Uncle Cliffy, yeah. He might have been there. Yeah, he might have. Cliff Robertson. Yeah. Anyway, great team.
Yeah.
Was Danny Ainge?
Yeah, for a couple of years when he came in,
So, anyway.
Anywho.
So they're playing the Lakers.
Yeah.
In Inglewood.
Yeah.
And then as the game has ended, there's fires, like they're, because they got the helicopters for the sports.
Yeah.
So the sports then shifted over to news because huge riots were breaking out in L.A. Because what had happened, there was this guy, Rodney King.
Yep.
We're just doing this for the millennials, for the folks who don't know.
It's a refresher right here. We're refreshing.
He was a Rodney King. Is he around or did he pass?
I think he passed away.
I think he passed away too.
Like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, Rodney King, a black man.
Mm-hmm.
He had been in a traffic stop or whatever.
Yes.
And the L.A. police stopped him and beat him up.
Yeah, it went beyond a beating up. It was a beat down.
Yeah, I can't remember what their justification was. He had priors,
right?
In other words,
and they thought he may be packing heat or
whatever. Yeah. What's sad is this happened in the '90s, and the country was outraged. By all of this, and there was an investigation. The police. Now it's 2017. The last few years, we've had Ferguson. We've had all this stuff. What?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's always bothered me.
It's been normalized, which is kind of it's an indictment on its own. Yeah, but you're right. I mean, people were legitimately so shocked back when the Rodney King situation happened that there were riots. People,
Well, what happened is he went to court.
Yeah,
and then everything, and as an outcome of all this, he was what happened? No, he was convicted. That was it. That's what started the riots, right?
Well, what started the riots is when they saw the videotape of him getting
but there was something that happened in court.
Yeah,
whatever. I can't remember. Jeez, we should look it up.
I believe the storyline of that is there was riots. He went to court. They found him guilty, which caused even more problems. And and then they had to go back. I think he finally was vindicated though in a.
I remember him
civil suit, wasn't it, against the city?
I remember, and then he died June 17th, 2012.
Yeah.
He
5 years. Wow, 5 years ago.
Died. Incident in Los Angeles. There was a high-speed chase, a confrontation. So there you go. I mean, So it kind of sucks. I mean, that's like, but then again, these days. It's like it was all caught on video. That was the whole thing. So it was one of the first incidents.
Yeah, because remember,
that got caught on video, and that was the whole thing about this incident was he was seen on the news on video getting dragged out of the car and getting beaten up.
Right, and remember, folks, this is the days before everyone had a camera on their phone.
Yeah.
Someone actually had to go up there with like a little video camera, and it was like it just happened to be. On the scene or by it when it happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Or was the video from the car, of the police car? Or?
No, I think it was somebody was out and about and they saw this going down and they started filming.
Yeah, and, it's possible. So anyway, but so it was a high speed. I mean, he had his issues.
He did. Yeah.
And then he went to the hospital, and then the police, and then. What happened here? The videotape was stirring deep resentment in Los Angeles, Ventura County. They talked about they made an issue of everything. Tom Bradley was the mayor. Within hours of the acquittals, I think this was the acquittals of the LAPD.
Yeah, they found him not guilty.
Okay. There it is. Within hours of the acquittals, the Los Angeles riots of 1992 began, lasting 6 days. 6 days.
Yeah.
U.S. Army and Marines and National Guard were called out. 53 deaths.
Yeah.
Almost 2,400 injuries. 7,000 fires, damages to 3,100 businesses. And this was bad because I remember that the rioters were running packs and like looting businesses.
Yeah.
So like, for example, Asian community that had businesses, their businesses were getting torched. And
they were. And one of the most eerie and ominous things when it was on was watching. There's a little area in that town. They have a Thai town and Koreatown. Right next to each other, and literally some news people went down there, of course, with the camera, and they're trying to get the scoop or whatever, and there are shop owners literally sitting on the roofs of their businesses with guns.
I remember,
to try to keep people away, and it was just so weird thinking that, my gosh, this is this is in America. I mean, it looks like a war zone out there.
It was,
and it really took us all kind of back a little bit. Like, wow.
Yeah.
But
King had PCP.
Yeah.
And it's at the time of the arrest. It was negative.
Yeah.
I'm just looking. I mean, there's so much you can read about it. Police chief was Daryl Gates.
That's
so
right.
Became,
That's right.
I'm just trying to see here when. Ventura County verdicts announced the acquittals of the 4 accused police officers. That's what triggered it. So they brought them on charges and acquitted them. I'm just trying to figure out. And then there's just some bad attacks and everything.
Right. Reginald Denny. Remember, he was the truck driver that got pulled out of his truck and. Got a brick thrown upside of his head.
I'm trying to find. Yeah, I literally wanted to figure out the Thanks, Windows.
Updating?
Recently updated.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us know. I was trying to figure out what the basketball game was. Here we're talking about all this horrible stuff, and it was 1992 basket. That's what Doc cares about. It's like all these horrible things happen, and we're talking about horrible stuff. Welcome to the holidays, folks, on Coffee with Curmudgeons.
Welcome to Apocalypse with Curmudgeons. I'm your
Yeah. I was trying to 1992 Western, because this is bothering me now. Western.
Oh, hey, let me do a quick shout out
since finals.
Since we're looking, I'm going to do a quick shout out to everybody there in the Facebook group Pop Culture Northwest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know quite a few tune in from there, and so hello everybody. We are a walking pop culture show.
So it wasn't the Western Conference Finals. It looks like the Jazz in Portland. We had beat
Karl Malone, right?
Yeah, we had beat
John Stockton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Western Conference. Here we go. First round, Portland and the Lakers. So it would have been round one.
Gotcha.
In '92, that was the playoff game we were watching, and this, we're looking on Wikipedia here, so it's not talking about this, but anyone who was there, and there's probably articles that were written about that.
Sure.
We watched that game, whatever it was. I want to say it was game one, but I'm not sure. But it was the first round in the Western Conference. It was Portland and the Lakers. We won, ultimately 3-1.
That's right, LA.
Portland was on fire. That was 92. That was the team we talked about.
Right.
And then at the end of this game, all of the NBC Sports helicopters or whatever it was turned their attention to the fires. Like, I remember it was night, right? It started getting dark.
Yeah.
And there was the Forum, Inglewood, California.
Yeah.
And the helicopters flying around, there's all these fires around, and Bob Costas, I think it was Costas, was on there at the time, and they started reporting on these fires and riot that broke out. Wow. Memories like the corners of my mind.
That's right.
So, this is what happens when we don't do a show.
That's true. That's true.
We talk about the LA riots.
Yeah.
So
Happy Friday, everybody.
Oh, man. There's some other infamous holiday anniversaries, but I can't remember what it was. We had a earthquake.
We did, like over by Malala, I think. It's like 339 or something like that.
I did not feel it. Someone messaged me from New York and said, "What about the earthquake?" And I said, "What?
What earthquake?"
Well, so here's the thing. I mean, maybe I was down in the bunker, that I didn't feel it. And the wind has been, it's been so windy and so cold and windy that I wouldn't have even probably, if something shook, I would have thought it was the wind, because the wind was shaking everything that day anyway.
Yeah.
But we had this quake down by, in the area of Malala, Salem, Scottsmills. Apparently, on the same fault line in the same area as the spring break quake.
Oh.
And what year was that? Now that was a 4, 5 something.
Wow, yeah.
I got shook in that one.
5:30. Was it 99?
Doc,
I don't know.
Here's the problem.
Spring break quake, I don't know.
I need
95 maybe.
Here's the problem.
I don't know.
I need to type spring break quake and not spring break. Because then what pops up on your screen?
Bunch of partying.
Bunch of bikinis.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Anyway. When was it? 93. So that was 93.
Okay.
Scotts Mills earthquake. 93.
That's right.
5:34 in the morning. I remember that, too. Everyone was awake in Portland at 5:30, and that shook Portland pretty well, even though that wasn't in Portland.
5, right? 5 something, 5.1,
5.6.
5.6.
Yeah, they redid the scale a while back.
Yeah.
I think originally at the time it was 5.2, and now it's 5. They like it's like higher now or something. Like okay. Because now it's like, well, wait a minute, or maybe it was 5.6. I don't know.
That's right.
It says 5.6 now.
Gotcha.
Oh God.
5.6.
You know, it just. So what?
Yeah.
So I mean, this week's been interesting for. Trump.
Yeah.
And then you know, it's like
net neutrality.
Yeah, we haven't even. You know, I haven't even talked about that because it's just there's a lot of aspects to it.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite headline, which I thought I saved. Oh no. See, when I save stuff on my phone on Facebook, it doesn't necessarily save here on my thing. Oh no, there it is. No, it is Yahoo. I'm just going to read this. I'll read this headline without comment. This was on Yahoo News. I'm just reporting the news on Yahoo.
Yeah.
And Yahoo's headline for net neutrality goes as this. It says, headline, Yahoo News, great job, everybody. We just killed free online porn.
Right, yeah.
I'm just telling you, that's what
Isn't it amazing that when net neutrality happens, the first thing people think of is, oh crap, our porn.
Yeah, anyway. So there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah. There was I don't know. I mean, it just like there's been so much. That's like bad things to talk about because Russell Simmons.
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah. I didn't see this last week. I've been sick, and so I've I've not been watching the news. I've just kind of unplugged and sort of
Smiley.
Yeah, PBS, man. What is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff going on. A lot of crazy stuff. And what's his name? Harvey's still around, and he's like, ooh, you know. And then, so that's going on, you know. And then you got Trump. And then you got and then there's I read last night. Okay. So then Omarosa.
Yeah,
she didn't do any harassment. She was just
shown the door. Yeah, but evidently by Kelly. Yeah, and
so Omarosa is reality TV star.
Yeah, she was on like season 1, I think, of The Apprentice, and
she was fired. By Trump on The Apprentice.
But they liked her, so she started actually working for Trump's company. Moved up through the ranks, and then when he, of course, got elected, they brought her in as
liaison, cultural liaison.
In the communications department.
No one was sure, but in her bio it said something that she'd worked for Vice President Al Gore at one point. Yeah, that's what they said. So
wow, yeah,
I didn't know that. I don't know much about her other than there's this person with the Apprentice and Trump. I didn't know anything about the Al Gore thing.
No, I didn't know that either. The only thing I recognized her from was The Apprentice.
Yeah.
So that is interesting.
Well, the stories were interesting.
Oh my gosh!
Of course, they said she was, all this stuff. She denies it. Yeah. The interesting thing. So the story broke. There's this April Ryan.
Yes, Urban Radio Network. April Ryan.
Yeah, she's on all the shows.
Oh sure.
She turns up on the
MSNBC, CNN,
round tables, and
probably not Fox News, but
no, but she shows up on all of those.
Yeah,
different ones, MSNBC and all that.
Yeah,
as a commentator, right? And so she was reporting some interesting rumors. Yeah, which I think I don't know. They were denied, but about Omarosa and General Kelly, who's the chief of staff.
Yeah, evidently they do not like each other.
Supposedly, according to April Ryan.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen if April Ryan has retracted this stuff, but
no, she got backed up. What's his name? Not Rucker, but the other one from Washington Post said that she was correct. That his sources said it went down like that.
Yeah. Well,
the WAPO.
You couldn't, you can like say that the Washington Post is slightly biased against the Trump administration, just slightly,
just a skosh.
Yeah. But nonetheless, okay. So they backed her up.
Yeah.
So
I think even Times backed her up too. I think Times said their sources said that something. I think the term was highly dramatic. Something highly dramatic happened.
You know what, Jason?
Yeah.
I'll believe it when the Washington Times backs them up.
Right. Right. You know, if they can get the Times. Yeah.
Fox News.
Yeah.
So there was some of that. So supposedly and something about she got married. She married a guy, and like they're like pastors or something now. They're saying something like that. So that's always interesting, right? Religious stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was something about the bridal and 39 people in the White House, and there's just like stories. It's all fun to read. It's all gossip.
It's all page 6 material.
Oh, I love page 6.
Yeah. Well,
speaking of which, I should be seeing what's on page 6.
I wonder if page 6 backs it up, because if they back it up, then you.
Yeah. TMZ.
But
baby.
no, I guess this thing was just turned into a real Donnybrook. Kelly pulled her in, basically told her, you're going to be resigning in your last year will be January something. And she started yelling, and it turned quickly into she was yelling obscenities to people. She then tried to get into the resident area of the White House. Mm-hmm. And the Secret Service actually had to escort her from the premises.
Yeah, this is what the initial what April Ryan was reporting on.
Yeah.
And this was some contentions, because then she went on Omarosa, Manigault or something is her name, something like that.
Yeah.
She went on I think it was Good Morning America, I think. GMA. Mm-hmm. And so she talked about it the next day, and she denied all of those reports. She said, no, I walked out. And then the Secret Service actually said that they, on Twitter, the Secret Service tweeted, because I saw I think that's, I should fact check the sources, but it was in a reliable article.
That's where interns are for.
Well, they said that the Secret Service never, tweets, things like this. No. But they had tweeted that we did not escort her out. But then they said, by policy, her badge was deactivated for certain areas, which means,
Right.
The story is she was trying to get back to her friend, Trump, and talk it over. And, that's, you're fired.
Yeah. But the language and the semantics of it, though, they were even parsing it out to the point well, of course the Secret Service would say they didn't escort her out because they define escorting someone out as actually physically carting someone off the premises, and I guess they didn't have to do that with her, so they didn't quote unquote escort her out. But,
yeah. So anyway, she gets to keep it until January 20th or whatever on payroll.
Yeah.
But then the thing is I saw this part of the video. So she went to Good Morning America, and she said, I resigned. That's what she said. I resigned.
Forcibly resigned, but
no, she said, I resigned. I didn't like what was going on. Oh. And according to the April Ryan and all those people, they said other people in the cabinet didn't like what was going on with her. They were basically going, what are you doing here? They said her job was to liaison with the community leaders and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's the only person of color in the cabinet.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
Big surprise there.
Right. What?
Really? Oh. So anyway, so she said she resigned.
Yeah.
Omarosa.
Yeah.
And then she said on Good Morning America, she said, there's a lot of stuff I saw that I didn't agree with, a lot of things going on in there. And when the time is right, I'll talk about it. So then I was just like, oh, come on.
I smell a book coming on.
Wait, do you have to stop at Robert Mueller's office first before you tell us what's going on? No, I don't know.
You see that?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I'm sitting in a chair, right? And my wife comes up and she says, hey, did you hear about the Omarosa stuff? And so I'm in the middle of being really sick.
And you're like, who?
Yeah, I got like a Kleenex sticking out of my nose. I'm like, what? You know, and she tells me that. And I literally said this. Even as out of it as I was, I said, oh, I bet she knows where some of the dead bodies are buried, doesn't she?
Well, that was kind of like how it came off.
Yeah. Well, remember, that's almost like Flynn's quote, you know. He has a story to tell, you know, and he's glad, you know, he's more than happy to tell it. And so you're right. It makes it sound ominous, like, you know, when the time is right, I saw a bunch of stuff. But
that's what she said. Dumbest story ever, how Omarosa's reality star exit from the White House hijacked the news. This is the Washington Post.
Yeah.
As a spooling drama.
Spooling?
Dumbest story ever, tweeted John Harwood, the CNBC reporter.
Yeah.
Does it actually matter whether Omarosa quit or was fired?
No.
So yeah, I mean, it was like she was front and center here. So yeah, there's some dispute about this, and then they've got the Good Morning America, the ABC News thing. But I just, you know, I know it was a little bit, you know, page 6-ish, but it was still like the theater of the politics.
Right.
The bad thing is it screws us all.
Right.
Yeah, as Americans, because there should be other things going on.
You're right.
I'm just throwing in the towel, and it's like, let's just have fun with this if we can.
You're right. It is page 6, but no one expects it to be page 6 coming from the White House. Usually that's supposed to be the, you know, very serious, somber, solemn, serious.
Yeah. And there's a lot of consternation, you know, with with the black community and Omarosa and all that stuff. I don't want to get into it. But what I fixated on was, the page 6 story, but her saying, I've seen a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen things you couldn't imagine. C-beams off the...
you think that's code to Trump's people? Like, hey, man.
Because it was... You go watch the little clip, because it was just kind of like, oh? I mean, the quote, if I found the quote, it's pretty much like...
And a million reporters' antenna just
like,
went...
it was like really? There's been a lot of things I've seen that I don't agree with and all this stuff, and when the time is right, I will tell my story. And of course, the other reporters and stuff were like, the time is right when you sign that book deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which, you know, of course, wouldn't you, if you were Omarosa, I'd be like, sign that big, hefty... Bring me the money, you know?
It would be interesting to know what sort of non-disclosure agreement she signed to, because Trump is famous for that, making his employees sign tons of.
And that's a good question, because I don't think that applies in the government.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's true.
You have like top secret clearance and stuff like that. Like if you're in the CIA or whatever, you got to sign things. Like when those CIA guys retire and they write a book, they're supposed to, you know, write their book and then give it to the agency and go, we okay with this, you know? Does this, you know, violate my clearances and am I revealing secrets? Some I guess don't care, whatever. But, you know, you have the top secret clearances. But I don't think there's no NDA in the government. And boy, if there were an NDA in the government, you think Americans are screwed now? Mm-hmm. NDAs screw people. NDAs are part of this whole thing with all of what's coming out with Weinstein, all these people. I don't know if they signed NDAs there, but in many cases, you know, there's NDAs that are signed, payoffs are done.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth shut.
Right.
That's what an NDA is.
Yeah.
Used to be, back in my day, when you'd sign an NDA, it was for like you worked for a company and you have secrets. Like, we're making these products, we're making these things.
Right.
And then we're selling them. If you go out and tell our competitor about it, that's bad form. So
that's
you
right.
have NDA.
That's right.
right?
You can't be going out and just giving other people the secrets for like the 11 herbs and spices. You can't do that.
Well,
you know,
I think those are on the internet,
right?
But but now it's like you sign an NDA. It's like you can't. I don't know. Right. Yeah. So anyway, that I was kind of fixated on that. It's like, what does she know? What is she going to tell us? You know, but it's lots of drama. Mm-hmm. And then this guy, and I think he was in the news too. This is just a potpourri here since we haven't been on for a while.
That's right. We're getting caught up, folks.
This guy Peter King. Okay, do you know Peter King? Representative
New York
King, Representative of New York, Peter King. Would you call Peter King a liberal? Let me give you a hint.
Yeah, he's more what they call moderate, or what do they call him? There's a tags that blue dog Democrat.
I mean he's a Republican.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought he was a Democrat. I thought he'd switched.
Wait, what? Republican.
Is he?
Come on, get up with your politics.
I see. There's one of them that kind of switched.
Is
he, Peter King?
Yes. Okay. Yes, he was formerly chair of House Committee on Homeland Security. This tells you how liberal he is.
Yeah.
He's kind of they like him out there in New York, but again, I don't. I would not call him a liberal in any way, shape, or form. He's kind of a law and order guy.
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say I thought he was like no, he's a lawyer. He was in the army. I thought he was like a police dude at one point.
Who am I thinking of? Am I thinking of Angus King?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm thinking of that.
Anyway, Peter King.
Yes.
He's a New York guy. Again, he's a Republican. I've seen him on things. He's been on Fox. He's not, he's not a liberal guy. But this was the one that came out that I really liked. So he's GOP guy.
Yeah.
Right? He it was the same day, the next day, the Omarosa thing. He gets on TV and does an interview, and he says that they talk about Steve Bannon, and he basically said,
"Oh yeah."
Peter King said, "Now that Roy Moore was defeated, that's what we missed." By the way, Roy Moore was defeated. He still hasn't conceded. I think years from now, Roy Moore, he'll just show up at the door going, "Hey, I'm the senator." It's like, no, you're not. You got defeated. It's like, go get on your horse and ride like a moron away from here. Anyway,
he's down in his Alabama Fuhrer bunker.
Yeah. So after Roy Moore was defeated, and remember the deal is the Steve Bannon guy. He's the guy who would support Roy Moore. And Roy Moore is just a bad guy. Okay, he's just a bad guy. End of story.
Yep.
You either think he's a bad guy or a good guy. He's a bad guy. Okay. Right. And he's supported by Steve Bannon. Okay. And then Bannon called up Trump and said, support this guy. Because Trump supported this other guy named Luther Strange.
People are strange.
I don't know. But then he didn't. Yeah. And then we have the Democrat. What's his name?
Jones. Doug Jones.
Dougie Jones. Twin Peaks. Dougie Jones. He's got like a avocado suit on.
Yeah.
Dougie Jones. What Senate? Anyway, so Dougie Jones, he's the Democrat.
Yeah.
He wins. Trump's behind him. Roy Moore loses.
Yep.
So Peter King comes out, this conservative Republican guy from New York, comes out and he says, now that Roy Moore has lost, Trump needs to disavow himself of Steve Bannon and get him the heck out. Yeah. We're done with that stuff. This is like a mainstream GOP, like a McCain or someone, like going, okay, we need to get this alt-right,
right,
as we call it, or whatever, out. And then they asked him a little bit further, and in the interview, I think it was on TV, he called Bannon, he looks like some disheveled drunk that wandered onto the political stage.
So that is a great line. Disheveled,
Representative Peter King.
Yeah, kind of shuffling, disheveled drunk that just wandered. Foster Brooks that just kind of wandered on up into the stage, like, the political arena.
Have you seen pictures of this Bannon?
Yeah, he looks.
He makes me look like Fabio.
Oh yeah, I mean he's got the broken like spider veins in his nose. He's got the red, sort of look.
Weird bulges. But this is what Peter King says.
Yeah.
GOP, the same party. Get him out of there. He looks like a disheveled drunk. I was just like, buy that Peter King a beer.
Right.
Just like, okay, dude, I don't even care that you're on the other party. We probably disagree on half of political policy, but dude, here's your beer, man. Good on you.
Because as soon as I heard that, the weird way my mind works, I'm always very appreciative of good lines. When someone says something, right, no matter if I really agree with them or not or whatever, if they say something like really just either crafty or whatever, I'm like, good line.
Yeah.
Good line. Disheveled drunk, good line, man. Yeah. Nice.
I mean, it's like McCain would just be cranky.
Right.
I don't recall him having many good... But Peter King actually is a good one-liner there, dude.
It was. Yeah.
But here's the thing. This is a liability to the Republicans. That's the whole deal. And they know it.
Yep.
And then along with that, you have... there's something else that happened with the Republicans, too, that I'm trying to think around the... Well, the Roy Moore, Dougie Jones... So then Paul Ryan, saying he's, or the rumor is, that he's going to leave, that he's out. So I wonder what's up with that. Paul Ryan, why is he going to leave? I don't know.
Well, if you want my honest take on it, I think he saw the way things went down in Alabama, and I think a lot of the establishment GOP, I think they're nervous. Is it going to be a blue tide? Is it going to be a blue tsunami that rolls in? Because
well, that was the thing. That's the whole deal. Is like now,
and they know
the Democrats are like the whole Roy Moore thing.
Yeah,
it's kind of had he won, he would have been poster boy. For the Democrats. So
he would be the albatross hung around all their necks.
Yeah.
And Ryan, I mean, everyone knows, I mean, even the Republicans know, I mean, folks, make no mistake about it, even the Republicans know this tax plan that they got, however they boil it down to make the House and the Senate kind of merge, it's a crappy plan. Everyone knows it. The Republicans know it. It's got such a huge unfavorable rating, and Paul Ryan knows it. And I think he knows with the election results in Alabama, because if Alabama goes blue, if they can actually elect a Democrat in Alabama, GOP, you guys got some problems.
Yeah.
And I think Ryan knows this, and I think he's like thinking, man, maybe we get the tax thing through. I'm just going to get out.
Where you know I remember the other thing leading into the election there in Alabama, leading into it.
Yeah,
what we saw on the news was a video from a rally for Roy Moore.
Yeah,
where his wife spoke.
Yes,
and I'm not sure who's worse, Roy or his wife or his horse.
We learned a lot of things that they're anti-Semitic. I feel sorry for the horse. Holy cow, the guy double reins the horse. You're not supposed to do... I don't ride horses, I know that.
That was the other thing. Equestrians were pointing out how poorly Roy Moore rides a horse. Like, you don't ride a horse like that. Like, he's pulling up on the reins and he's doing all this stuff. And it's like, you don't ride a horse like that, Roy.
Right.
You little faker.
Right.
This was the guy with the 10 Commandments and all that, too.
Yeah.
If you remember, he's like bringing in the 10 Commandments. This is really important. We have to have the 10 Commandments here. What? No, this is a public building.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like, no.
Judge.
I mean, this is...
It's not Judge
these people who are like
Roy Bean.
into this are watching 700 Club and that faker, what's his name out there, Jim Baker, who fleeced everyone and is still on television to this day.
Yeah.
Selling apocalypse packs. Urgh, man.
Well, you also got Robertson, too. I mean, he said some just outlandish things. And still
Robert, he's one of the most evil people I've ever seen in my life.
Robertson, yeah.
He is evil. He is pure evil.
Yep.
Like, he made Jerry Falwell look like a nice guy, and Falwell was not a nice guy. No, I mean, folks, if you're waiting for Jesus to come down on this earth, I'd go in hiding, because he ain't going to be happy with you.
Right. Of course, you got
listen to me. I'm all political and cranky, but I'm cranky. So anyway, so this lady, Roy Moore's wife, goes on stage.
Yeah.
At this rally, points at all the cameras, going, "Oh, the fake news is here. The fake news. Well, let me tell you," and she does. Just this classic bigoted white person thing. Some of our best friends are black.
I love that.
And then she goes on to go, our lawyer, this was a quote. You're going to look it up.
Yeah.
Our lawyer is a Jew.
I love that, because the way she pronounces and everything, she looks right in the camera.
Drawl.
I'll have you know, one of our attorneys is a Jew.
Yeah, we don't have to.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was earlier. Go look it up. This is why.
Yeah.
Everyone, the whole country is like, this guy cannot be elected to office.
Yeah.
No, zero.
Yeah.
The first thing that happens. And I'm sure we ask other people this. Mm-hmm. First thing that happens when a white person walks out and goes, well, some of my best friends are...
Yeah.
You're a bigot.
Right.
That's it. You're a bigot. You just outed yourself as a bigot.
Right, because you're going over the top trying to say that you're not but you're pointing out how awkward it makes you feel just in your mannerisms and the way you present it. That says, you're a bigot. Yeah. I'll have you know, one of my attorneys is a Jew.
No, we don't need to repeat that anymore. Please, let's not repeat that anymore.
Just the way
one time is good enough.
Her accent, on it.
That's it.
See, the funny thing to me was her accent. Sorry.
Time out.
Sorry.
No, it was horrible. Watch it yourself. We don't need to.
Time out.
Do that anymore. Yes, I got to time you out.
Sorry.
You're a dog with a bone. Stop it.
Sorry.
Stop it.
Sorry.
It's already bad enough.
Yeah.
Bringing it up is bad enough. Bringing it up is uncomfortable. But, again, folks, you just don't come out and go, well, some of my best friends are fill in the blank.
Right, yeah.
It could be,
That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, fill in the blank.
Yeah. Some of my best friends are curmudgeons.
Yeah.
Yeah. You thought I was going to say something else, but
no.
Anyway,
that was that.
Yeah.
And then that lost. God, just and then you're always like, not that I want anything bad to happen to anyone, but Pat Robertson. But you're like, if there is a God, he's got that finger with the lightning, right? Isn't that in the Bible? Like, bursh. It's like, hey.
And he's ready to smite.
Yeah, could you smite something? Remember, what was his name? Oral Roberts.
Oh, 900-foot Jesus in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I love Oral Roberts, man.
Oral Roberts. Oh. First of all, there was some weird uncle that I had, some offshoot, I don't know, by marriage.
Yeah.
And he was one of those guys you'd walk. Do you... I don't know if you currently have. I don't, because I'm just like, I'm done with people. Mm-hmm. But I remember when I was growing up.
Okay.
Especially now, this is a perfect Christmas time kind of thing, holidays. But it's Christmas in the family.
Yeah.
Put the Christ in Christmas.
Yeah.
And you would go to the people's houses, like aunt and uncles.
Sure.
Kind of elderly. Retired, whatnot. And I remember these guys. It was my grandma's youngest sibling. Mm-hmm. youngest sister and her husband. And they were retired. And they were well off. They had made money. The rest of the family didn't. But they had made money. He had made money, right? So they're in a really nice house. And they're retired. And so you'd walk in at Christmas you'd have to drive around your kid. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. Who's next on the... Aunt Edna. All right. Aunt Edna. Aunt June.
Thank you, Aunt Edna.
Aunt July. Aunt August.
Right.
Uncle Henry.
Right.
You know, whatever. You know, it's always like this person and that person. And I guess you could understand if they were shut in. Yeah. Always like that term.
Recluse.
No, shut-in.
Shut-ins.
Let's go visit the shut-ins.
Yes.
This is like my goal in life, to be a shut-in. I actually might be working on it. Just a microphone and a camera, and I'm a shut-in.
Nice.
Yeah. And they bring you, like, Meals on Wheels, which are actually just an actual buffet on 4 wheels, like on a wagon. Just
We're gonna come back on Monday, and it's gonna be coffee with shut-ins. Yeah. You know, we're just gonna be we're shut-ins.
No, we're gonna get phone calls.
Yeah.
Remind me, we have voicemail.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get phone calls.
Yeah.
From people going, actually, Meals on Wheels is not a buffet on a wagon. It's actually people delivering. These guys don't know what they're talking about.
That's right. Meals on Wheels.
No, it's a buffet on a wagon. Trust me.
It is. It's a smart sport.
I want to say, by the way, I think Meals on Wheels, some of the government funding, like with everything,
is getting slapped.
Go support the Meals on Wheels. If there's one thing you can think of, and there's lots of charities that people are out there on Facebook, Meals on Wheels. It's a good one. It actually is really good. It's people bringing food to shut-ins, to people who can't get out anymore. And sometimes
disabled, elderly,
Well, and sometimes that's their only contact with people.
Very true.
So we here at Coffee with Curmudgeons highly supportive of the Meals on Wheels. It's food. How expensive is food anyway? Yeah. It's not that expensive.
Yeah.
You know? It's not a private jet that you fuel,
and
hours in the air. It's just meals to like old people.
I'm going to throw this right out there on Main Street. Yeah. We are pro shut-in. I'm just going to I'm setting that down right there. I want people say, "Gee, where do the curmudgeons come down on the shut-ins?" Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah, they're pro shut-in.
So back to being a shut-in and having a buffet on a. It's like a
mobile buffet.
Like a trolley. It's like a sushi. They used to have the sushi.
That would be pure magic.
You've never eaten sushi.
I've never had sushi.
There's a thing
in my
called
life.
a sushi train.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this little conveyor belt thing comes around, and look, I'll have that.
Yeah. I'll have the octopus.
Right.
Turns into alien. So where was I? Something about Meals on Wheels or shut-ins.
Yes.
And then so we go to Aunt Edna's house, right?
Yeah.
And it's a nice house. So they're not getting the Meals on Wheels. And if they are getting the Meals on Wheels,
it's the deluxe version.
They're No, they can afford
Yeah.
They're like in the West Hills or whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
Portland, which if you did not
Council Crest area.
West Hills are where the nice people.
It's where the money is.
So we would walk in there every Christmas.
Yeah.
Right? In our rounds of seeing the shut-ins and stuff. And then these are the people who are not necessarily the shut-ins. Okay?
Yeah.
And we would walk in there.
Yeah.
And there's her husband on the couch. And I'd see him once a year.
What's his name? Is it Earl? Something like that?
No. I need to, no, I'm not going to, I need to deny this. Nobody watches this anyway. Okay. And they're all dead anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah.
His name was Perry.
Perry and Edna.
As in like I never thought about Perry Mason. Yeah. I always would think, we're going to visit Aunt Edna and Perry Como.
Yes,
because that's all I would think of. I'd call him in my little kid mind. I called him Perry Como.
Nice,
and what's weird, he was kind of this really, really white guy.
Yeah,
he was kind of thin, kind of the Aussie hair with the sweater over the shirt.
Oh, that's a Perry.
That's a Perry. No, dude.
Yeah,
you'd look at him and go, "It's a Perry."
Yeah.
So, I hope nobody in my family gets wind of this.
Perry, if you want to give us a call, anyway. 503.
No, I don't think Perry's with us anymore.
Oh.
They had kids or something. I don't know.
Well, we could bring in a psychic medium.
Edna was nice.
Let's bring in a psychic medium.
Edna.
Yeah.
She was sweet.
Yeah.
She was a sweet lady.
The little known fact is anyone named Edna has to be nice.
Yeah, but her husband was a dumbass.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Perry was
because you'd walk in, right?
Perry was a douchebag?
And by the time they had like cable or whatever it was,
sure.
Dude, it was right there. Before it was cable, it was the UHF station or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever it was.
Yeah. Closed circuit.
Christ the King. Da.
Yeah.
You know, you walk in and there's, preaching.
Gotcha.
Preaching and stuff. And Perry would be there. And one year, I think he'd do this every year. You'd walk in and go, well, Merry Christmas. And you bring cookies or whatever, right? Do you remember it, right?
Well, you gotta bring something.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, either fruitcake.
Keep your
cookies.
Yeah.
Some sort of cool, here you go, buddy. Have a cookie.
Yeah, no, this is what you would do. You would bring this. That's
what you do.
This doesn't happen anymore. Now we're just like on our iPhones. Facebook, haha.
Right.
The destruction of society. Anyway, you bring like fudge and cookies and stuff that you made at home to the people in your family, old people, or maybe it's just some old lady that you knew from the church.
Yeah,
right. Who was maybe a shut-in or whatever, or maybe she didn't.
You stop by. How do you do?
Here's some fruitcake. Actually, honey, I can't stand fruitcake. It makes me barf.
I don't know anyone who likes fruitcake.
Yeah. So
Perry liked fruitcake, didn't he?
Perry was a fruitcake. Oh. Anyway, no, we'd sit down, and I'm a kid, right?
Yeah.
Or like a preteen or teenager or whatever.
Tween.
Whatever I am, right?
Sure.
And I think he'd do this every year, which would be like, I'm not feeling so good. I can't go over to Aunt Edna's and Perry's this year. So, and he'd look, remember the religious stuff.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, son,
how is your soul?
Yeah. It was like, don't you think the young people are corrupted? I mean, it would be like right out of there, like.
Boy, have you ever read Seduction of the Innocent? Like what?
I brought you fudge, you old fart.
Right.
I mean, that's going on the highlight reel.
Right. I brought you fudge. I brought you marzipan.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, dude.
Sit down here, son.
Stupid TV Robertson crap and don't hassle me with the kids are all. I mean, what did you do when you were a kid? Did you burn the rock and roll records?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure his teenage years was spent like burning crosses and other stuff, right? Son, come on over here. It's good to see you again. I haven't seen you in a whole year. Come on down. Sit down here. I want to talk to you for a second. I'll say done. Anyway, we just two guys. We're just talking, right? We're just talking, just amongst ourselves. I got a question for you. How's your soul?
Yeah. It would be, but it would be not that tactful. It was literally like, from what I'm hearing,
you smell like burn. Yeah,
is going to hell. I mean, it'd just be like, and then at one point, when it was like, well, what's your son doing? He plays in a heavy metal band. Perfect.
That's right.
I don't know, Perry. I'm feeling pretty good. Rock on, bro.
Right. No, I didn't see the 700 Club today. I'm sorry. I was too busy watching Ronnie James Dio.
Oh, look. I wrapped your fudge in Ronnie James Dio Christmas paper. Holy Diver Christmas paper. Who knew they had it at Hot Topic?
Right. Hey, I got you the Christmas album. Really, what's that? Black Sabbath.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, alive! Like every year, like we'd have to go do that stupid trick. I mean, not every. Then you'd have the nice like. Why did Aunt June? I think her name was, or July or August, whatever her name was.
In June, okay.
And she was like out on the farm.
Oh,
in
nice.
the farmhouse.
Yeah.
And then, you know, her husband died and she was sick, and I think her husband got run over. I'm not joking. It's not funny. I'm just saying it's interesting stuff that happens in your family.
Sure.
But farm. And when I was a really little kid, they had farm and they had cattle, like farmers.
Yeah.
And so, like, you'd go out there for Christmas and it was like, you want to ride the tractor? Dude,
sweet.
Dude, what are you going to do, right? It's like, hell yeah. Get me on that tractor. I'm going to kill everybody. I'm running over the farmhouse. See that bull over there? It's that steer.
You're playing Fast and Furious on the John Deere, man.
No, I remember that the uncle there that when he let me ride the tractor, he came back. And they were like, how'd it go? And it's like, yeah, little Doc is kind of a lead foot on the tractor. You know, they were all like, steer over here, son. Not in the ditch. We're not going to kill ourselves on the tractor.
Little Doc. It sounds like someone from the Little Rascals, right? Little Doc. You know.
Actually, I grew up in Haiti.
Oh, there you go. Papa Doc. Little Doc. Nice.
Thank you for setting the table for that one liner.
Yeah. There's one person out there right now that's like, I remember those guys.
Yes, exactly.
Duvalier, right? Last name? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Papa Doc, Baby Doc, little Doc.
And little Billy Clinton.
Little Doc.
And so anyway, so she was out there, and she was out on the farm, and then I think her husband was on, and she was sick or whatever, but she was out on the farm. She was a farm lady.
Yeah.
Farm people, I don't know, maybe but the ladies, they're always nice.
Very nice.
Because they've worked their butts off their whole life. They got nothing left. They can't be. They're like, oh, hello, sweetie. Oh, do you look at this little fuchsia here?
They've worked the anger right out of them.
Yes. Yeah. They woke up at 5 a.m. every morning for their entire lives, milking cows and doing all this stuff. That they've worked the anger right out. So it's like you're old and you're just happy to be alive.
They've mucked the stalls of their hearts.
Yeah.
You know, they're good. They're good people.
Shoveled the barn out and all that stuff.
Sure.
And, you know, I mean, if you're up that early, maybe a few times in your life you saw a few nice sunsets, but probably not. Probably you just had a cow's butt like in your face.
Right.
Yeah, you live a life like that. You're pretty much in a happy mood when people are coming over bringing you free fudge and fruitcake and stuff.
You're just happy you're not, you know.
So she was nice.
Yeah.
She was a nice lady. Nice. And I'm not saying Edna was really nice too. All of the ladies were really nice. But this guy Perry.
Yeah, he's a piece of work, huh?
Oh my God. Perry. Seriously. Yeah. Like I'm not this is a true story. Like the setting you down going, I hear that the evil is corrupting the children. It's like, oh man, go F yourself, bro. I mean, it's just
corrupting the children.
Oh man.
It's almost like a guy from Footloose, right? That didn't want people to dance.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that Perry? Was that
exactly.
like that guy?
No, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
The John Lithgow guy that, you know.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And the thing is the more... Look, even Christians, folks, the more Taliban you get, the worse it's going to get.
Right.
Right? Look how that works out in the Middle East over there, right? Same thing here.
Yeah.
You get crazy weird. You know, if you let the kids listen to rock and roll and dress up in their fancy clothes and go to the malt shop.
That's right.
The malt shop. Chevys,
right.
Suddenly I'm stuck in the late 50s. Right. Rock Babaluba.
You don't want them to be square.
Yeah, let them dance. Let them dance. Let them go.
For God's sakes, let them go to the sock hop. It's okay.
If you let that happen.
Tina wants to wear a poodle skirt. That's fine.
Things will be okay.
Right.
If you let them, they're rap music and packing heat.
Right. Next thing you know, sock hops. People are packing heat
with this. Well, society's screwed anyway, so.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is.
Happy Friday, everybody.
I mean, if you let the kids just sit there and get on their iPhones all day, nobody, they can't hurt anybody. They can just be rude, which will soon to be against the law to be rude.
Right.
But yeah, so that was Perry. That was Christmas. I'm trying to think of any. There was a lot of funny funny things about Christmas. I think we talked around Thanksgiving about Jell-O and all that stuff. Yeah. And there were out there in the country with the country folk. There were potluck Christmases, and that was the one is I've said this before on the show. As a little kid, you'll eat anything.
Oh, sure.
I mean, you Tommy's out eating doggy poo again. Bring him back. I mean, we talked about this, right?
Right. If you put it on a plate, it's going down someone's throat.
But when you're a little kid and you go to the Christmas buffet out in the country with the country family, and you're like, I'm just not feeling so good. I think I got a touch of the flu. Like, you don't want to touch that stuff. Like, you do eat like a little of Edna's chicken turkey green Jell-O stew.
You want to sample first because right.
I mean, oh my God. And the thing is, remember, you're with the family, it's out in the country folk. You got to pile that plate on.
Yeah.
And you're a husky boy.
Oh.
So they know that you like to eat.
Yeah.
And you will offend Edna, and everyone, if you don't pile on that plate and start chowing down on Christmas, what's wrong?
Thing. If you don't take a good, healthy amount, they will take it as an insult.
Yeah.
What's the matter? You don't like my cooking? The next thing you know, you got people getting all mad and stuff.
Right.
But there's always that one aunt or uncle, whatever, that you look at all the dishes and all of them have a lot of stuff taken out of them, Oh my gosh, that's been eaten a lot. But there's that one where that's just like no one dares to go touch it because they know it's going to be horrendous.
Yeah.
There's that one.
Yeah. And so that I'd be like, out there in the sticks, and they'd be like, I know I'm going to.
Yeah.
Like, I think one year, we didn't always go out in the sticks. But one year, see, I call it the sticks. That's what we used to call it.
The boondocks.
Did you call it the sticks?
Out in the sticks, man. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we have those sticks anymore. I mean, this was out probably like out Canby, Molalla, Damascus Way out there. Is there still farmland out there? I don't know. I think everything's built out so much.
Sure, on the outskirts of it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But those were the sticks.
The sticks to us. We had an aunt and uncle. They lived out in Redland.
No, we had. I had an aunt who lived out in the sticks in Hillsboro.
Oh yeah.
And if you go to Hillsboro today, it's factories, chip fabrication, it's everything.
It's a suburb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You work out there. It's like tons of stuff, at airport and everything.
Yeah.
Back when that aunt lived out in the sticks, that was just like farmland.
Agriculture, yeah.
It was just. There was nothing. There were no factories. All that built up in the late 70s and through the 80s, actually, 80s and 90s.
I remember the outliers of Oregon City.
Yeah.
Was remember out by the college used to be just on all sides of it was just nothing but farmland.
Now we're branding ourselves. Coffee with Curmudgeons. Remember when? So you go out in the sticks.
Yeah. In the boonies.
And that was like, and so it would be like, oh God, are we really gonna have to go on Christmas out in the sticks because the food did this? And I remember, I distinctly remember one year, all eyes on the fat kid,
husky, big bone,
big bone and husky, fill up that plate.
Yeah,
you like that plate, right? And then just like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom now. I gotta, can I excuse, with a mouthful of food, going in the bathroom, just like, put water in your mouth or whatever.
Right. Or you hope the dog is under the table right next to you where you can, like, feed it down and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that was always my escape route. Some dog was underneath there, and like, oh, yeah, this is really good. You're feeding,
green Jell-O and stuff. It's like, here's the green Jell-O with marshmallows and chicken in it. Go for it. It's like, it's Aunt Edna's Christmas surprise.
Jell-O. It's ambrosia. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's got prunes in it.
Yeah. I'm missing a can of cat food.
Meanwhile, little Sparky is, getting fed.
Yeah, and she, her cause old person eyes, weren't so good.
Yeah,
so it's like cans of cat food, cans of Dinty Moore, cans of cat food.
Know.
You don't know which one you're gonna get.
You don't know. It says she says it's Dinty Moore, but it says Alpo on the outside. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Ooh. What's the difference anyway? Now we need the Ed McMahon.
We're going to get a nasty gram from Dinty Moore now. How dare you?
I know. I'm a vegan, Dinty Moore, so you can't touch this.
Right. You can't touch it.
I didn't know. Well, when I was a kid, I didn't mind it. I kind of liked it when I was a kid. It was all right. So there you go. It was all right. It wasn't bad. I mean, stew in a can.
I haven't had that in years.
Oh God, it would be stew in a can, and my grandma's special, which was 2 pieces of white bread with there's these beef patties.
Yeah.
But they're not from the patty. They're from the frozen section, and they're like paper thin, and you get them, and then you just they're frozen solid, and they're thin.
Okay.
And you just fry them up. You burn them.
Okay.
And then you put them with mayonnaise and 2 pieces of white bread and some pepper.
Ooh.
There you go.
There's your childhood right there.
That was my childhood.
Yeah.
That and grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
And you know what's funny?
Yeah.
I have recreated those things in a vegan menu. I have made all the junk food, pretty much all the junk food from my childhood, into some sort of vegan, like using like a vegan patty. Well, I don't know. It's bad. There's vegan mayonnaise.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Anyway, me going off
comfort food.
So yeah, I mean, I would have cried and screamed for one of Grandma's grilled cheese sandwiches or anything at that point. You know, I'm not joking, man. There would be casseroles and stuff that it's like, I mean, you didn't know.
Yeah, we called those like little mystery meats, you know. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not touching that, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to. That's rude. Don't be rude. Your Aunt Edna spent hours. You need to.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're feeding it to the dog, you know.
Yeah, spitting it. Or I would like eat and then it's like pick up the napkin.
Yes.
You know, it'd be like, oh my gosh. So what? Do you have any like big traditions like that, like visiting crazy wacko right-wing Christian people for the holidays that you'd be like, oh
no, not really. My family,
you pretty much grew up in a satanic cult,
right? Yeah, I came from a long line of shut-ins. And no, it was our family, just us household. That's how we did our Christmases. A lot of our relatives are spread out, though. I mean, up in Bellevue, Washington.
Yeah.
Sometimes we would go out and visit the relatives out there in Redland.
Yeah.
But it was mostly just at the house. So my interaction with our family was usually kept to, like, you know, the summertime, almost like a family reunion sort of scenario. So I didn't have that, but we did have our own individual family traditions. Everyone's got them, right?
Yeah.
And that's something I was going to bring up next week too.
We can save it for next week.
Yes.
We're giving you a preview.
Right. It's different.
We got Mr. Branch.
Mr. Branch. Different, just folks, and you can share with us, man. Next week, why don't we open up the phone line and they can share us. They're like because every family has their own idiosyncratic sort of tradition or whatever ritual. Almost.
Well, we might have you're saying we might have a guest next Friday.
Oh yeah, because I have a lot of Christmas questions.
Yeah,
and there's only one person, one source that knows that can get to the heart of it all. And of course, that is the pop culture professor, Dr. Rebecca Housel. And so I would like her to maybe come on next Friday and share some Yuletide joy with us.
Okay. Yeah, Yuletide.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but no, but tons of just like I said, idiosyncratic sort of little traditions, and I don't know why, but I'm always so interested in that because I was like seeing little families like, oh yeah, we had to do this.
I do like people's weird, Christmas stories.
Yes,
like you know, we all like. Classic, classic. We actually should talk about that too. See, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I feel like this weekend is Christmas. That's in my head. Partially because I'm kind of having a get-together this weekend, a familiar get-together, which is this weekend. So this weekend is Christmas?
Yeah, because it's kind of like the last...
You should have rebranded it as Hanukkah. This is a Hanukkah get-together.
Oh, Festival of Lights.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but this is like the last weekend before the weekend of Christmas. So that's usually when you're going to do the family. Sucks. Yeah. So
I generally don't like it. But anyway. I just...
Yeah.
To me, a good Christmas would be sitting in a hotel bar and Mickey Rourking it the whole day. You know,
nice. Yeah.
Finding some chain-smoking lady who's also drinking next to me.
Right.
Kind of like the Saturday Night Live does that skit with Kate McKinnon. Great Kate. I love Kate McKinnon.
Yes,
I really do. She's funny.
She is good.
When she plays the barfly.
Yeah.
With the bar and with Keenan, what's his name? Is it Keenan? He's the bartender, and they usually have the guest.
Keenan Thompson?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're always doing all that nasty stuff.
Nice.
But anyway,
yeah.
The Dave Chappelle one was funny. They had Dave. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The barflies. I like the barflies.
Yeah.
But this is what I want to do at Christmas is just watch. I should have been. You know, I missed out on life. When I was younger. Well, when I was younger, like sixth, like how old are you? About the 6th grade, 7th grade, 12, 14, grade, you're about 12. 13, 12, 13. Yeah. For some reason, at that point, I wanted to be a novelist.
Ooh,
like you're 12
a
years
young
old,
Faulkner.
Weird, yeah. No, you know, maybe like. What do you say, Bukowski, maybe, or Burroughs, or I mean,
maybe,
like
what about Hemingway, Man of Action, sort of?
Yeah, I'd be like 13 years old, and I'd be sitting in a dive bar with a chain smoking cigarettes, like maybe like, you guys got any smack, right? And writing, you know,
right.
Or I could have been Tom Waits, you know, just kind of like that.
That's interesting.
That, you know, write about the most downtrodden of life, because. What are you going to write about?
Right. I like that vibe, though. I like that vibe. The old, like, beat poet vibe, right?
Mind. Yeah, my Christmas story would be like...
Kerouac.
My Christmas story would be like, you know, you'd have you know, like a tinsel tree,
Mr. Branch?
with an urn and lights.
Right.
And a lot of cheap booze.
Cheap booze. That's a must.
Like well whiskey.
Yeah. Stale pretzels.
Lots of cigarettes, big old ashtray.
Oh, like, nothing but butts. You don't even smoke, but you need the ashtray with all the butts sticking up, right?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
That's right.
What are you doing this Christmas?
And it's going to have that sort of cool melancholy thing, you know. I tell you, Christmas just ain't Christmas anymore.
Yeah, and they would
back in '74. Now that was a good year.
That was a Christmas.
Good year.
I had $25 in my pocket.
Fruitcake used to have fruit. Yeah, and we'd douse everything in rum. That's what we did.
Yeah,
like, oh, that is cool Christmas.
What you doing this Christmas? I think I'm gonna fly south.
Right.
Down in Mexico way.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Keys.
Right. Maybe the Keys.
It's just like, I got $10. I need 650 more. You know,
right.
I mean, it's like, I'm writing a song right now, Jason.
It is.
A piano. We need my buddy on the piano. It's just like playing. Like I
in the background, soft tinkling in the background.
Maybe we have a plan for next week.
That's
maybe
right.
Doc Smokey.
Right. It's like a lounge.
I might have to write. You know what? I will try to commit to that.
Yeah.
To doing a little Christmas. I think I said this. I had a Thanksgiving song.
Excellent.
And I never played it for Thanksgiving. And I totally forgot about it. And I found it on the computer. And I was like, I was going to maybe show this on the show. But didn't happen, and then we missed Thanksgiving.
I wrote a Christmas song one time, but it went way off in left field. It was called "Santa's on Crack."
Yeah. Oh, I have several Christmas songs. Most not politically correct enough for today. No. I know, and it's like back in the day, you're like, yeah.
But I like that though. Tinkling in the background. You're seen on Netflix, folks. It's on Netflix again because it's the same. Cool kind of time of year. It's called A Very Murray Christmas.
I just saw that.
Bill Murray.
Yeah,
I love that whole lounge thing where it's like smoky and dark, and you know.
I have not seen that. And I just saw it pop up on the Netflix, and I was like, oh, maybe I need to watch this.
Good show, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, there's that scene where he's in, like, the sort of hotel lounge, and it's smoky in the background,
we need to do it. That's what we should do here.
We got to.
We should,
we need some neon.
Yeah.
My
best Christmas was with a woman that I met on the street. It ended in January on New Year's Day when she cut me with a knife.
She cut me. That's right.
That's right. Something like that.
Little Tommy, come over, sit down. I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Flagstaff, Arizona.
Flags, yes.
1973. I was in my Barracuda and traveling down a dusty road, and I saw this little on the horizon, Vern's Hideaway. I wanted to go over there, and I needed a Long Island iced tea right then. I had to do it. So I go rolling on in there, and I get in there, and I said, hey, bartender, there's going to be two things that's going to happen today. We're either going to have a hell of a time, or you're going to have to call the police. And that's how it's got to go down.
And then I killed a man.
Reno, just to watch him die.
Just to watch him die.
Just watch him die.
It was a Christmas present.
That's right.
To myself. That's right. I'm just like, I won't say so we were going to go to visit the shut-ins and do the assisted living. Could we go to the kindergartens and the preschools around here, especially the ones that are in basements of churches? Yeah. And I think we could do our little presentation. Come on over here, children. We've got some Christmas stories. Old Doc and Jason have some Christmas stories for you. Kids, gather around.
You want the meaning of Christmas? Come on over here. We're gonna share with you.
Jason's going to tell you about one Christmas where he watched a man die.
That's right. I won't say he was asking for it, but, okay, you two can leave.
But his wife was very pretty.
I won't say that we made a connection, but I can say we didn't make a connection. Because you get that lounge, smoky lounge, and the first person I always think of is Dean Martin.
Yeah.
Because, Dino, he's got the cigarette hanging halfway out his mouth. He's got that whiskey glass. He's the epitome of lounge cool, right?
I had it here. Dino. Oh, I sent it to you.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, is that the Judy Garland?
Judy Garland. So now we're talking about Christmas.
I'm not going to say that wasn't a wee painful to watch.
Oh,
but it was
man. I actually see we're already doing Christmas. We're in the spirit.
We're getting there.
Jingle bells. The thing, like as we're sitting here talking, I'm thinking I need to bring a keyboard down here so I can play it out.
Just wait until Monday when I come walking in with my really crappy Christmas sweater. It's going to be great. Yeah.
Okay, folks. This was something else. That's all I got to say.
Oh, yeah.
So, in 1963,
wow,
the great Judy Garland, it tries to go here, did a Christmas special with her children. Here it is right here.
Brought to you by Contact, the capsule with the tiny time pills. Contact for all day, all
remember that? The weird little pills?
Congestion.
It's like candy. Open it up. Let's get high. And Judy, late in her life in the 60s, was, she had issues.
She was the disheveled drunk.
And I love how it's like, welcome to our home. She does this whole thing, welcome to our home. And it's clearly a soundstage.
Merry little Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Let your heart be
The amazing thing. Okay.
Next year,
all right. I'll find some better parts here.
Yeah.
And then, so those are her two little kids. She had two, the little boy.
Liza, right?
And then, no, Lorna.
Lorna Luft. Yeah.
Lorna Luft, actually.
Yeah.
Is her name. And then the boy, I can't remember his name. And then there was Eliza, who was older, who came in. And then does song and dance.
Yeah, okay.
Find it in there. But, but the amazing thing about Judy, when you watch these 60s things, she's she's still got the pipes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she started when she was like this little kid. She's got pipes like crazy. Like, she's still singing it. But when you're watching her, it's like she's like, yourself on. Whoa, is she going to fall over? I mean, it's like really, she's like,
right.
She's, you know, it's, I don't know, you know, what's on the training table back there, but I'm sure it's not water.
Right, yeah.
And I'm sure the contacts are all laid out there. This is sponsored by Contact, Judy. Would you like some? I'll take 5, thank you.
Right. Can you imagine her and like Dean Martin in the same room? You know, they're sitting in the lounge with the Sands down there, and maybe let's put them in Tahoe instead of Vegas. Let's go Tahoe.
But I watched this, and I've seen some other clips. She had a show in the 60s, the Judy Garland. Yeah, she had some variety, or there's some variety. Okay. I love YouTube, man. You can find anything old on YouTube, like us. Hey, we're on YouTube.
Oh, I'll talk about that a little bit later because there's this show that I've been starting to watch again on YouTube because that's the only place you can find it. Dobie Gillis.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Love Dobie Gillis, man.
Maynard G. Krebs.
TV's first beatnik. I love it, man. I love Dobie Gillis, man. Actually. Yeah, Bob Denver.
It's Gilligan.
Bob Denver? Yeah.
Before he was Gilligan, he was
Maynard G. Krebs.
Around there. And it's also where the song Kooky, Lend Me Your Comb comes from, if I remember my weird trivia in the back of my head. But anyway, but you watch this Judy Garland, and it's like, you're wondering how she can stand and dance.
Yeah.
Her pipes are great.
Oh, yeah.
But, man.
She's blotto.
She's like, you look at her face and it's like, oh, my God, she's 3 sheets to the wind. I mean, it's like, hello. Yeah. And it's like when she talks, you're like, oh, yeah, hey.
Slurring a little bit.
She's having, you know? But as soon as she sings, it's like the voice is still there.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
It's like watching Whitney Houston at the end. Still disheveled, but man, she can still belt it out.
I guess I should be sad about Judy Garland, but then you bring up Whitney Houston, and I'm like, oh.
But Judy, no, but you know the sort of you know that they're not at their best anymore, but they still have the voice.
I'm trying to find this part. Like, here she comes.
Oh, they are.
Well, I guess we're all in the spirit of the season by now, so...
She's kind of together there.
Kinda. You can tell, though. She's been drinking a little bit.
I'd like you to meet my daughter, Lorna. Pleased to meet you.
Anyway.
This is my son, Joe.
Okay. And
Joe.
You know, just go watch it up there. I love that because, actually, this video, if you watch this video, they have some of the commercials that ran with it, so they've got the tape. It's actually in good condition too, so they have the Contact commercials like these awesome. Little pills are gonna make you better.
That's awesome.
Which I don't know why they took the little pills out. I mean, it would have been so much easier to make meth with, you know? If they just left the little pills in the Contact, we can just boop, 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 boop.
That's right.
Anyway, sorry, that joke. But yeah, Liza comes and dances, and I know I'm not gonna show it, but you know, I should save this for Friday, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Since we're on topic, and it's 20 minutes, and we've got time to kill. In my mind, there is no holiday, Christmas holiday special more sacred to me than the great
You mean they haven't arrived?
Star Wars holiday Christmas.
Arrived yet?
She says there has been no contact.
Yes, I think I understand her message.
And speaking of
that Imperial Patrol must be giving them more trouble than we bargained for.
Yeah.
Mala, are you alone?
Yes. Anyway, the great Star Wars
Carrie Fisher, man.
Christmas. I know I should be nice about this because Star Wars premiered it's coming out, and I'm hoping to go see
Last Jedi.
Yeah, and that's gonna be her last performance. She's going to be, and people are saying good things, so I'm happy about that.
And
but
no spoilers, people, no spoilers.
But I believe Carrie Fisher herself, who wrote very revealing books about her life, and her drug problems and all that stuff. Everyone knows, right? She's the one who told the story, Postcards from the Edge and all that. All right. I believe she famously said she didn't even remember filming the Star Wars holiday special. Like it was all a blur. I have no clue.
She's all blot.
Yeah,
she's blotto.
And she's like she sing. I thought that was the part where she sings, but it's up on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. George Lucas has been trying to kill this thing forever. We got a copy before YouTube days. We got a copy on VHS, and I made sure it was archived for archival purposes for history.
Yes.
But this thing will never die. It starts with 15 to 20 minutes of whatever the Wookiee language is, and Harvey Korman.
Oh yeah.
And B. Arthur.
B. Arthur.
And Art Carney,
man,
and Art Carney,
nice.
Yeah, it's just a thing of beauty, and the entire cast of Star Wars, even Harrison Ford.
Wow.
And there's some clips that keep asking Harrison Ford about it. Like there was one Conan asks him about it. Harrison jumps over the desk and starts strangling Conan. But
right.
But yeah, the Star Wars holiday special, it's just like, it doesn't get any better than that.
No.
And people keep posting it on YouTube, so
there is one that comes close to it. And folks, if you'd like some weekend homework, here's your weekend homework. There is an old B movie from the 50s called Santa Claus versus the Martians.
Yes.
If you want an hour and a half of just some quality family fun time, Santa Claus versus the Martians. It's got that cool, weird song, Hooray for Santa Claus. Hooray for Santa Claus.
That's a good one.
It's great. Santa Claus and the Martians. That's your weekend. First, Star Wars Christmas special. Gotta watch that. Second, Santa Claus versus the Martians.
So, I mean, that...
Pop quiz on Monday.
Yeah, that one, though, that was famously the Mystery Science Theater.
Yes.
Did that one.
That's right.
That's the one that has Pia Zadora in it.
Pia Zadora? Yes.
She's
a young Pia Zadora.
Little girl. When she was a little girl. Pia Zadora was a singer-dancer lady. But she was a little girl in that. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, well, yeah. I don't think...
I may or may not
watched it. I usually have the Mystery Science Theater version.
Yeah, I may or may not have the DVD of it. I won't confirm nor deny. No, just the regular DVD. I don't need to confirm nor deny that I may have a copy of that.
Mystery Science Theater has pulled out over the years at Mystery Science Theaters. They pulled out some really weird Christmas movies, like.
Thank God for it, too.
Really weird ones. That was definitely weird, but there was a couple others that I can't think of that right now off the top of my head.
Yeah, we needed Ed Wood to make a Christmas movie.
Well, these are pretty close to Ed Wood.
Plan 9 from the North Pole.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was one. Great. There was another one that they pulled out. You know, there's all these like movies weird movies that were made in like Sweden and stuff that involve Saint Nicholas and heroic things. And I mean, it's just like you're like, whoa, you know, because I mean, you know, Santa Claus is the dude on the Coke.
Yeah,
Coca-Cola. Which we were trying to figure out what year that was. Because we're
driving into... Did I look that up one time?
Driving into town.
In the 30s, right?
Driving into town. There's a big... there's on the southeast, as you're going in there, there's a big billboard.
He's in
and it's a Coke...
He's in a truck, right? And
yes,
he's drinking
it's a Coca-Cola
saw that last night.
ad. Yeah. And it's like the old school from Coke. Because Coca-Cola invented that image of Santa Claus for us.
Yeah, in fact, that's good homework for me over the weekend. Is there's a story about that guy who worked for the Coca-Cola. He's an artist, and he actually thought of the red suit and all that stuff. And what you think of modern day Santa Claus is the invention of this guy who worked for Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
very interesting.
Yeah, there's a whole. I mean, there's the whole. There's the image of Santa Claus, but then there's Saint Nicholas, which is actually a saint from
Sinterklaas.
Yeah, and Sinterklaas. Yeah, and Saint Nicolaus and all that stuff. You know, all from the European tradition and all.
What
of
is the one? Now it is so politically incorrect nowadays, but there's a country where Santa Claus comes on a ship.
And he brings fruit.
Remember, he's got the sidekick, and this is where the politically incorrect part comes in.
Yep.
Is that Netherlands? Black Pete?
Black Pete.
Yeah.
Yep. That is in the Netherlands. And
they bring fruit.
That actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black Pete he's a black guy. Mm-hmm. He's all in black. He's kind of devil. He's like a devil dude.
Yeah. And like a Krampus dude.
Yes, he's like exactly. He's like Krampus. Mm-hmm. And so apparently, out in Dutchland, out there, they are having huge controversies about that because they do that. They comes in on the ship.
Yeah.
Saint Nicolaus.
Yep.
And they
bring fruit because back then fruit was
Pete.
Black Pete.
What they call. And so they're having a whole issue about getting rid of that.
Yeah,
because the imagery, because way not politically correct.
Right? Yeah, it's not exactly 21st century friendly, but because they bring in fruit, and because fruit back then, was so exotic, in a country, like the Netherlands, and so
this is where I just lost my Android pad here.
Oh, it went kaput, huh?
I don't know. I charged it up.
Oh.
So it's like apparently not charged enough or something. So this is when I go here and then.
Look at that. Does it? See if it works. There we go. Bam.
Yeah. This is. Yeah, it's an Android app. So it's like, So I got this is where I get cranky.
Yeah,
because it's all laid out here and then it's laid out there, and it's like telling me, Doc, it's time to go now. Soon. It's not quite, but gosh, black. I want to look that up.
Yeah, Sinterklaas.
Yeah, Sinterklaas and black. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, but if you look up, I can't remember his name.
And that's one of the things I was going to talk with the pop culture professor.
Zwarte Piet.
Is the whole mythos.
And it's so bad. It's so bad because if I'm not going to show you the pictures.
Yeah.
If you Google it, you see the people, because people dress up just like Santa.
Yeah.
And the Santa stuff.
Yeah.
People dress up as Zwarte Piet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bunch of white people in blackface.
It's minstrel, yeah.
Which kind of, so you can see, yeah. There's like a lot of pictures of people.
The old minstrel stuff, and it's offensive.
Indonesian is the companion. Here, we might as well. Is the companion of Saint Nicholas. Sinterklaas, that's in Dutch, Sinterklaas, because I think it's kind of a Dutch. The character first appeared in an 1850 book by Amsterdam school teacher Jan Schenkman, and is commonly depicted as a blackamoor. Traditionally, Zwarte Piet is said to be black because he is a Moor from Spain. See, there you
go.
Blackface and mega, So 1850.
Yeah.
Well, that's not ancient.
Yeah, it is compared to like the 30s Coca-Cola sort of thing.
Still. Yeah, but we don't have Santa going around, white Santa going around in blackface.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just interested. I was, where did we get I know it's from Germany, I believe, the idea of cutting down a tree and bringing it indoors to that in the house.
I don't know. Yeah.
I believe that came out
again, this is all stuff I think we're going to talk about on Friday too.
Yeah.
Due to the character's depiction. Yeah, I mean, there's people. I guess out there in the Netherlands, they run around just like we run around dressed up as the Santas.
Yeah. Like
the SantaCon stuff. They do this in the Zwarte Piet. According to a 2013 survey, upwards of 90% of the Dutch public don't perceive Zwarte Piet to be a racist character or associate him with slavery and are opposed to altering the character's appearance. I saw the pictures in here. I don't know. White people running around in blackface.
Yeah.
Not exactly.
It's not flattering.
My 20th century feels.
Right.
Or 21st century or 20th century. I think
it's just not 21st century friendly.
Yeah, no. So, sorry, Dutch people. Yeah,
sorry, Dutch people.
Well, I don't know. In Germany, there was a guy like that too. Maybe I don't know if he's the same dude. I think that guy. They said he was covered in coal or something or whatever.
Yes.
And he's the guy who put the coal.
Klaus.
Yeah. Well, in Germany, so they're. Okay, no, I really hate Christmas again. But no, it was a thing.
Yeah.
See, we have Santa Claus in a naughty and nice list.
Yeah.
In Santa Claus Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
The German one was a guy, and he was like this centipede, sort of. And I don't know what color, if he was like, kind of was like, because, they had the chimney sweeps and all that stuff, too.
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke, the
Chip Cheerio.
Mary Poppins.
Yes.
Right? And then you get, you get all that stuff on you. That's different. That's not minstrel. But anyway, this guy, I'm getting into an uncomfortable area here. But that guy, he would come, the German guy, and you put out your shoes.
That's right.
And hopefully you were good because they'd put like candy and nuts and stuff in your shoes. But if you were bad, he'd come in and whip your butt.
Yeah.
What a nice thing.
Yeah, you'd actually get corporal punishment out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you... Thing ain't working now. Not even this one's working. Hey.
That's all right.
It's one of those days, right?
Yeah, we're almost there.
It's not even...
We're on the...
it won't even go... Hi. This is odd. This is one of those where it's just like, why are you not going? I can't.
Well, yeah.
I can't do anything. I can just put it on here.
There you go.
This sucks.
Happy Friday, everybody.
I think we got saboted. People are like, dude, just stop. Just end it. Just stop it. Just end it all. End it all.
Yes.
There's so many things open here. That's the problem. Maybe it'll work now. No, it doesn't work at all. Let's see if this works.
Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, there we go. Hey.
Yeah. Days I think to myself. There it is. Days I think to myself, maybe I should just run it on this computer, but this computer's running other things. Yeah. This is how the camera switch and stuff.
Yeah.
It's all because I told that story about that Perry Como guy.
That's it, Revenge of Perry.
Got me PO'd.
Oh, it's Perry.
Got me upset.
Damn it, Perry.
Which means if I cut to at the end here, you'll just see the little guy, the little software.
Yeah.
So
Perry.
Yay. I don't know. I'm ready to call this.
Yeah, I think we did.
Sinterklaas ship set sail.
Sailing out. Yeah.
Let's get this. Any final thoughts? There was some stuff in the news that I saw.
Yeah. Final thought. Tomorrow is the Las Vegas Bowl. Oregon and Boise State go at it.
Oh, really?
Yep. As you know, Oregon has a brand new head coach. Willie Taggart left, went to Florida State. And so we have Mario. He's our new coach, Mario Cristobal. And they're going to be taking on Boise State there in the Las Vegas Bowl. So go Oregon. And
who's going to win that one?
Well, they got the Vegas line. They got Oregon up by 7. Brand new Oregon coach. Royce Freeman is not. What I understand is he's not playing because he's declared for the draft. And so I think it'll be closer. I think I would have to push for Oregon though, because I think they're probably just a little better team than Boise. But Boise's a crafty team. Huh? Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But this is pretty much the last weekend. Of course, next weekend is technically before Christmas, since Christmas is Christmas Eve Sunday night. But, I mean, this is probably, for all intents and purposes, going to be one of the last big shopping days. So, folks, be nice to each other out there. And don't go full on wacko. Save it for Monday with us.
Yeah. And, don't eat the yellow snow.
No.
I don't know.
No.
There's no snow. It's just wind and cold.
It's just cold.
Everyone. First off, all my friends.
Yeah.
All have ended up going to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Lately. Like, everybody is like, my friends are like, oh, this is New Orleans. I'm like,
not a bad place to be.
Message here. Yeah. And secondly, I saw a premiere of a movie, but I want to see that Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's getting it got good reviews, but then it's getting mixed reviews. I think it's the one Star Wars movie where I'm reading that people are saying no spoilers, and I'm a spoiler guy. I'm totally into seeing spoilers. Yeah. I'm totally fine with Star Wars spoilers, but the Star Wars people are like, no, do not. There's going to be some surprises. You don't want to spoil them. You want to experience them. I think spoilers as big as I am your father. Actually, about that. About your dad. Stuff like that big. Like I'm hearing. I think I accidentally saw one of the spoilers, and it's like,
gotcha.
And people, and so I was seeing fan reactions, and so some people are like, I love this. This was. And some people are like, I can't believe it. What did they do to my Star Wars?
Right.
Which I think I'll like it. Because I think that, retreading Star Wars over and over again is not going to work. You're going to have to. You're going to have to go. You're going to have to make decisions and go somewhere. It's a new, how many times can you tell, this story over and over? Little kid, lightsaber, bad guys, done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good side, bad side. You got to go somewhere with it. You got to take it somewhere. So I think I'm excited about it.
Cool.
Because The Force Awakens was kind of like hey, let's return to all those people we used to know and love, and then here's some new kids too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm kind of I'm excited. So we're gonna try to sneak in now. Which Star Wars have you not seen?
I've seen Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. I've seen.
You like those?
Yeah, I've seen the ones, the newer ones.
Yeah.
The ones I haven't seen.
Prequels.
Yeah, the ones I haven't seen now is The Force Awakens, Rogue One, and of course now.
You got to see those, I guess.
Yeah, I got to.
I liked Rogue One.
Yeah.
I mean, just because it too was like, let's go back to all the stuff you liked, like all the hardware, like let's go back to the Death Star. Remember that? That was cool. Yeah. It was like, when I was a kid, I thought it was cool. Let's go back and see it again, and make all the effect, make it all the same uniforms and stuff, and stuff. And I was kind of like, oh, this is fun. It was just sort of like a fancy. Well, this is fun. Oh, look, stormtroopers, Death Stars, yay, Darth Vader. He's back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Force Awakens was kind of like, let's go back, and so I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping I like it. I've been seeing a couple premieres lately, thanks to a friend, and I actually saw, was it Monday night? The Shape of Water.
Okay.
It's kind of like if you look at the previews, it's like a drama. It's kind of romantic. It's kind of a story. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. It's hard to tell for the previews, but it's kind of like a drama of Creature from the Black Lagoon, basically.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's not, but kind of look at this dude, and it's like Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was
okay.
We were excited going in.
Yeah.
And we came out and we were like,
Yeah.
Well, it just had dramatic changes and stuff in the story that you were like, yeah, okay. Oh, all right. Oh, okay. It's well acted, but yeah. It was kind of like, I kind of came away thinking, oh, the audience, the general people will probably dig this movie.
Yeah.
Me, I kind of sat there and I was like trying to compare it to that movie Arrival. Have you seen that movie Arrival? Which they're totally different movies.
Okay.
But that movie Arrival was pretty good. Like it really addressed a lot of what was it like? Logic, internal kind of how things work. That's what my friend said. It's like the internal logic of the film.
Gotcha.
So I don't know.
Yeah, there's a movie. It's getting released in select theaters, and then it's going to be a wide release a little bit later. It's called The Darkest Hour, and it's about the Battle of Britain.
I was going to say that sounds like a war movie.
But Gary Oldman, playing Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill.
The early scuttlebutt says, "Yeah, this guy's going to get an Oscar for it. It was that good."
That's interesting because you have competing Churchills.
Yeah.
You have Gary Oldman as Churchill, and you said you were just watching The Crown.
Got done watching season 2 of The Crown, yeah.
John Lithgow.
As
Churchill. I liked him.
Yeah, I saw a little thing with Gary Oldman as Churchill, and oh my, he looks like Churchill.
Well,
they did a masterful job with him.
He's a good one.
Yeah.
He's always like, stuff he plays is always like Gary Oldman. You know, it's Gary Oldman.
So I was like checking out like the Hollywood Reporter and Variety, and the scuttlebutt from all coming out of there is it's that good. He's that good at it. So I was like, well, I got to check this out.
They got to cast him in a Star Wars movie. How come we haven't seen him?
Yeah.
Of course, he already did the Fifth Element.
Yeah. So he was the baddie in Fifth Element.
Yeah, that's sci-fi, and he's been in the Batman.
Yep.
The newer Batman movie. Yep. So he's done some of his stint as
sci-fi. Lee Harvey, the movie JFK.
Oh man,
yeah,
he's really good in that one. He was really good in that one.
They said that it may be his best role as Winston. They said it was that good, and so I'm like, wow. I got to check this out.
Well, he's had just great. I tell you, if you ever want a really good Gary Oldman movie, and just because it's a I remember it was a crazy movie and it was really good and I liked it. Mm-hmm. It's called Romeo is Bleeding.
I think I've seen that, but it's been a long time.
He plays a New York City detective.
Okay.
So he's playing an American New York accent. Lena Olin, Gary Oldman. It's pretty. It's kind of like it's not Quentin Tarantino, but it's got that kind of edge to it. It's kind of like a messed up movie.
I think I see.
Like messed up cops, messed up bad guys, messed up people.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. It's a fun ride.
Yeah.
It's a fun ride. You know, people dying of gunshots and stuff like that. Well, and I remember really liking that movie, and I haven't seen it like on Netflix or anything, and I'm always like, that was a kind of a cool Gary Oldman movie, and it's not just him. It's like Lena Olin and the other people in that movie are all really good.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm a big Gary Oldman fan.
Yeah, good
actor.
Speaking of Tarantino, God, there's so much news that the problem is when we don't, we like gets backed up. But the big pop culture news, other than Star Wars coming out, which is huge, they're saying Quentin Tarantino may do the next Star Trek. Oh yeah. They keep talking about this. They keep confirming and whatnot. So and
Kill Bill
and it would be rated R.
Wow.
So
rated R Star Trek. Huh?
Yeah. So they keep talking about that. Well, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, that's gonna be that'd be interesting.
I imagine like to me, I imagine like a spaceship floating, and then a star like a Kirk or like a Star Trek guy. Like walking down the hall, or maybe it's a lady walking down the hall, and then you have like the music from the early 70s, like Jackie Brown, like da 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 da, da, you know, and just going through the shuttle bay and just I want someone to just take the opening of Jackie Brown, and just retcon it to the Star Trek and go Quentin Tarantino's Star Trek, you know,
right? That's when you need a Shatner.
Yeah,
with Tarantino, you need to have Billy Shatner.
Well, he said he liked it. He said he liked the original series of Shatner and all that. And then he said he was caught on a podcast talking about Star Trek, and he said, "Yeah, I would totally be interested in that." From a few years ago, and then they said he talked about an episode of The Next Generation that he really liked. And kind of had a dark thing. But anyway, supposedly he and a bunch of his writers and J.J. Abrams, who still produces the Star Trek movies, along with the Star Wars movies. I believe Abrams is also producing both of the franchises.
Right, yeah.
Apparently they've talked.
Really? That'd be.
I haven't seen it tonight. Like they were talking about writers in the writer room and all sorts of stuff.
Interesting.
So I'm telling you, it's going to be Jackie Brown in space.
That's going to be great.
Which would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Pam Grier.
Right. She could be O'Hara.
No.
She could be her own character.
Maybe like an admiral or something.
Ooh. Admiral Brown.
Yeah. Admiral Coffee.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
I have to just say, I was just looking on there. Actually, a bunch of Quentin, like Pulp Fiction is on Netflix right now. Mm-hmm. Jackie Brown is still on Netflix. I still say, pound for pound, one of the finest movies. I love that movie, Jackie Brown. Even outside of if you like or don't like Quentin Tarantino, and he can get off into that. Jackie Brown is just a really, really good film, hands down. Yeah. Performances, the story. I want to say it's Elmore Leonard, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Good film. And it's well written, well directed, all that stuff.
There we go.
Anyway, so homework for this weekend is binge watch. Go see the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Binge watch all the weird Judy Garland family Christmas specials. Definitely.
Star Wars special.
Yeah, definitely go see Star Wars.
Santa Claus versus the Martians. Get that in there.
That's a good one. And,
get back to us on Monday. We'll have
we're going to be here on Monday?
We are. I'm down.
Are we good?
Now that my cold is over, yeah.
Okay.
I felt like death warmed over.
All right.
So I'm down.
I'm good.
Well, we got to do it Monday. I mean, it's the Christmas push. We have to do it.
The Christmas pooch?
Pooch. That's right. It's the beer hall pooch.
Hello!
Next thing you know, there's Lederhosen, beer steins.
Yeah.
Hello.
Heil Christmas. Heil Santa.
Oh, Heil Santa.
Oh, brother.
All right.
All right. So we'll be back on Monday.
We'll be there. Even if they have to roll me in on a gurney.
People will be messaging you. Where do you guys go? Like Mondays. Like it's been like I'm okay.
That's a Christmas push.
You never know. I got a thing. A family. I might be out on Monday. I'm like, oh man,
That's right.
I had to go to the 21 Club or whatever the heck it is, and chain smoke and have some whiskey after Sunday night. Oh man.
That's right. That's right. So Monday, folks. Monday.
So, all right. So I'm gonna go. Okay. See you guys later. I'm gonna go clip it. You'll see a cool little thing on the screen.
Excellent.
On the computer, and then we'll say bye. Bye. Oh, jeez.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. We bill this as a news program.
Yeah.